Hi brothers and sisters, so this video is going to be different head covering styles, and I did a video before and I'll link it into the description below of why I wear a head covering, why I've been convicted to do that, and just my views on it, you know. I'm not here to push it on anyone else, to condemn anyone who hasn't had the same conviction, but that's just where I'm at in my walk with the Lord. So and I kind of been doing it full-time, on and off, and then full-time for a long time now. So I just wanted to share with you some different little styles, and yeah, and then Teddy's in the video as well to say hello to you all, but really he's looking out the window. Teddy? There he is. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna probably cut this video up a bit, but I'm just gonna roll with it and show you different ones. I'll show you this one eventually. So let's just take this one off and show you the kind of vital bits that I need in my head covering sort of kit is for the really silky type stuff. Now there's a place called, let me get this chair set up a bit better. There's a place called Rapunzel in America, and but that's far away from me, so it's expensive to go there or to get things delivered. So I just kind of make do of what I can. Rapunzel will sell like a headband that is like a grippy sort of headband to put underneath the silky head coverings, like this, for example. You know, the little tea towel type shaped, the little flannel type shaped silky ones. Now they'll slip off your head and it's really annoying. So an essential thing for that is to invest in some really good grips. So I have these. Can you see those? They're the ones I use, and I mean they're strong. They were given to me by my mum a while ago, so I can't actually tell you where they're from or anything like that, but if he's playing, so you might hear some random dog noises. It's kind of like this, very, very sturdy metal ones. There's the other grippy type ones. I don't think they work very well, but this, I mean, if I don't fully open it, that's quite tight. So you need to find something that's like that. Did he almost fall down? Teddy. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of entertainment on the side here, I'm sure. So, in my head covering main kit is a brush, some really heavy duty tight clips, a donut, and we'll get to that later, this type hair bubble so it doesn't damage your hair, and then a scrunchie which also has that inside of it. So this plastic stuff is in that. It's a really good one. I like this one, and it needs to be, or it's good to have it as a scrunchie, I've noticed with what I do. And then so those things, tight grip, and you can see that, yeah, they're the kind of bits that I use most days. And then maybe something like that, like a little clip or something. So it's pretty straightforward with this style one. So if I open it up, I think I got this from a shop called Claire's Accessories in England, but you can find these online quite a lot, and they're just like a square silky, and what I do is I just fold that in half like this, and let me just get one more thing. Yeah, so another thing as a sectioning comb if you want. That's not really important. So that's kind of making noise. I'm going to move that a minute. So I like to use this to hold my hair back when I'm just number one, I'm showing you the Silky tea towel one, okay? Now what I do for this is I like to leave some hair at the front. Now I've noticed I prefer that. So I'll just gather the rest of my hair up and just roughly pull the fronts down like this, maybe a little bit behind the ear, roughly like something like that. And then I'll just twist the hair and then use something like that just to pop it up and out of the way. Hopefully you can see that. And then you can just take your cloth, place it over the top of your head, and then knot it underneath like that. And then you can either keep your hair kind of like do something like a bun or something back here, or just the clip, or what I used to like to do is just take the clip down, and then that's that. But this is super annoying. It's great if you're like doing housework or you're busy and active, you haven't got time to have this scarf thing or flapping around, so just to have something tight on your head like that is really handy. But the only problem is it slips a lot. So again, that's where these really sort of solid grips come into play. And those are so tight that I pull on that and it's not going anywhere. And that's that. And then I don't have to do that whole headband underneath to grip it. Rapunzel sells this like headband that makes it really grippy underneath, but I find it really like hot and too much. You know, I just find it too much. So some simple clips like this, and then done. So that's number one. And I have a few different styles of that scarf. I got this one. Oops. It's the same sort of thing, like an orange version of that, you know. And then also you can get so many different sort of varieties of that style and just use it like this. And get some sort of ones like this. Sometimes I make that into a bit of like a bow on the top of my head, but I'm not going to do that today because it's not really a head covering, it's just like a cute little headband bow thing. But that's not what today is about. Today is about a head covering. Okay, so that's number one. That's pretty versatile. That one I use quite a lot, like housework and stuff. Or there's even more simpler, and we'll get to more interesting ones after this, because I like to bring a little bit of a... I like head coverings that are quirky and interesting, you know? But, for example, you can get a Snood, these Snoods, and you can use that as well. Like, say you're just going for a walk and you want to quickly put something on your head, or, I don't know. To be fair, most of the winter, going outside, my head covering's been that. You know? It's like, it works. And I love hats, so, or in the summer, you've got hats, yeah? And, yeah, that's good. I like that. So, with the Snood one, you just whack that over like this, and then this is pretty straightforward. I think most of you guys know how this all works. She says. You can do it really tight to your head like that. Again, I like to bring some wispy bits. I just think it looks a little bit more pretty. So yeah, that's another one. Just a Snood on the old head. That's kind of grippy. It's not like the Silky thing. But you could probably I'd probably put the grips in just to hold it in place if you're going to use it for a while. So there's that one. Okay, so we've done Silky, sort of flannel type, I don't know what it's called, the Silky ones, hats, Snoods, so they're pretty straightforward, simple things. And then this is when this guy comes in now, the other ones. Actually no, first there's even simpler, more simple ones. So I have this scarf. Now, I've been asked about this, and I really don't know where this came from. I mean, I can't find a label on it. It came from my nan, and she's not with us anymore. But it's essentially a big hoop of fabric, you see? And there's some little white tassely bits on one end, and it's just really pretty. I love it so much. Sorry, I hope you can hear me, by the way. I haven't got my mic on because it will get tangled, so we're going with the mic on the phone. So yeah, I literally put the hoop around my head like this, and then, I don't know, you can see, and then I take the hoop, then I twist it, and then I go whoop, and then it's done. Simple, yeah? So that's the hoop thing. And that stays pretty where it wants to be. I think that's a really pretty one. But again, you're not going to use this when you're doing housework, you know, it's quite cumbersome. So if you're going to church or if you're out, then it works. Or doing a YouTube video. So that's that one. Now, let's have a look. There's also this type. Can you see that shape? That's like a triangle with tassely bits. And what I do with that one is, because sometimes they can be a bit long, I like to fold them over. I just need a surface to put it down on for 1 second. So, I often do this with head coverings. So I'll double it up here, yeah, at the top. So when it goes onto the head, the point is quite high up on the head, so you can see the tassely bits. And again, I do this the same as I would with the little Silky one. I would put half my hair up, I would clip it in place, I would fold that over, make sure the fold's on the inside, put it across, tie it up here, like that, tie it again to knot it. I'll do it anyway. Make sure that top point is there. Take down the hair and then put in some grips. Oops. Ow. Put in some grips here. And then I like the good thing about these hair clips. Sorry, I'm still not well. I'm ill again the second time round. I'd get these, sometimes put them back like that. I don't know, because sometimes that like annoys me, and then I just whoop. Oh, hang on. Whoop, and then it's done. So yeah, that's another style head covering. I quite like that one. Okay. Now another style I like to do, so they're pretty straightforward. They're just like if I'm running around and I just put something on my head. I'll show you some more elaborate stuff as we go on in the video. Now another one I use quite a lot is this one. That's basically a big rectangle covering, you see, and I folded it in half lengthwise. And what I'll do with this one is I've done a lot with this. I love this one because it's so lightweight. It's really nice, and it's not silky, as you can see. It's quite like thin linen. So what I'll do is I'll find the center point, and I'll put that over here like this. And say you're at church, and you just want to have a head covering on. Well, you can just wear it like that, right? And just go whoop, done, and it's done. Or if you kind of want to walk around and it not to keep slipping too much, I bring a little bit more of a length on this side. Let me stand up here. It's only by a little bit. And then when I bring that across, then I've got enough length to go under and through. And then I'll have like this like loose knot on my shoulder and just bring one edge over. See that? So it's like you know when you're going to tie your shoelaces, it's very simple. Just under and through, like that, and then bring it over on the shoulder and one side over, one side in front. And that works quite nicely. Some other times with this, I will get my hair and I will get a few loosies and then I will say plait it on one side. Let's do this really quickly. Just give it a little plait, and for this I would use one of those little tiny elastics, and then bring this to the center, and then at the back I would kind of like I would do that knotting thing again. Like that. And leave one side at the back, one side at the front, and then on this side have the plait. So, simple. I don't know, I just make these things as I go along. It's just variations of scarf and hair. And so that's just like a half knot there. And then a plait on this side, or you can have the plait on that side, and loosey hair on this side. It's up to you. And then I do other things with that one too, but I'll show you with another scarf. So let's have a look. We've also got nice thin fabric like this, and when you've got some sort of difference in the, sorry if you can hear the washing machine, if you see some difference in the fabric, you can really play with that, you know. You can say, right, well today I'm gonna have it like this next to my head, you see that, and then sometimes I'll double it over, and then I'll say today I'm going to have those white bits across my head, you know. So you can play with the pattern of the fabric on where you fold this and where you line it on your head, or sometimes you just want to do a scrunchy loose sort of all of it there, I don't know, but just this one I've just put very simply around my head. Usually I put some clips in, I tie it up, and then I let the front bits hang like this, and then it's just another variation of a very simple, lightweight sort of summery, just whack it on your head and run out into the sun sort of head covering. Now let's get into some more. There's one more I've got here. Now, I've got a lot of head coverings because my mum has lots of scarves and she gave me loads, and then I've since always get them in charity shops, and I don't know, I love them. This is another type, very, very thin. Like if you're someone that doesn't want to show any hair off, then this isn't going to work for you, but for me I really like this one. I think it's really pretty, it's really ornate, and I often use this over the top of another one. So I'll show you that with something else in a minute, but you can make this really thin by doubling it over. And say you've got already a block colour on your head, and it's kind of, I find it like just a bit boring, like, oh, it's just a block blue. Then you can go, woo, that's pretty, a little bit of a difference, you know, add some style like that. I don't usually put those two colours together actually, but so I'll show you. And this is where I use this guy now. And I've been doing this a lot in the winter, other than wearing a hat, because that's so much easier, but actually the hat doesn't keep, I get really bad earache in the wind, because I'm Irish and I've got a little Irish head, and I get a lot of earache and stuff in the wind. So when I wear a hat, I have to wear a thermal hat, otherwise I get earache when I'm out and about. Whereas this turban style head covering that I do is just really good, really good. So it's just really snug and comfy for the winter, and I think it'll be right in the summer, depending on what sort of heavy fabric you use or not. So what I've been doing a lot recently is just again taking the front bits of my hair, little wispy bits, pulling the rest back, and this time instead of putting it in just a grip and getting out of the way, this is a permanent feature to the style. I would grab this one, yeah, and then tie it up about there on my head. about there. Then get this guy, and you get a black one if you've got dark hair. Doesn't really matter if you're covering it anyway. I've been using a black one for a long time. So put the hair through the donut, then kind of space it around. But it really doesn't matter again, because this is being covered anyway. Then get the scrunchie, put the scrunchie just like that. Really, really simple, just whack it back, and you're kind of creating a bit of volume back here. So when you've got the covering on, it looks like you've got long, big hair that you've wrapped into a bun. And I like the look. I just like the look. So, yeah, what should we do it with? I'll show you just the real simple version first. So, with a regular scarf, you've all got these lying around. It's just a regular sort of scarf. What I've been doing is, I've been not folding it at first. I've been leaving it to be loose, and then putting it behind like this, and then bringing it in the central point to my head, and bringing it forward. Now, instead of going like this, go a bit more forward, because when you're when you're doing the style, it's gonna naturally want to pull back a bit, so allow a bit of space on that. Sorry. And then what I've been doing, because you've got the bun here, I haven't actually seen this in the mirror, I have no idea what it looks like, you'll have to tell me. I've been getting the fabric, hopefully you can see the fabric end at the back, and placing that around the sort of bun area, and that's been my fold, so it kind of accentuates the bun, I'm thinking, in theory. So then I get this one side, I'm holding it there, I'm getting this one side, and I'm bringing that around and to over here, yeah? Get on this shoulder like this, so you're bringing that one side to that shoulder like this, and then you're getting that one here, and you're bringing it on this shoulder over here. Now you can rest. Okay, and then, literally, how have I been doing this? Yeah, how have I been tying it up? Yeah, I think I've just been tucking it in. So have I done that? Yeah, I've just been like swooping it around like this, and then the good thing about the turban style is you can like tuck it in these fabric bits. I don't feel like that's what I did though. Well, this is one style anyway. No, what I did, yeah, is I was bringing it over like this, and then I was bringing one side like that to one side, and then, yeah, because I prefer having like some sort of like body as well on one side. So yeah, we're back to the resting point, yeah, here. And then you can either bring them both over and tuck them in, and it's a turban, or you can do what I prefer on what I like, is just bringing one side over like this, and then kind of like doing that under and through, like you're going to create a knot. It kind of just usually stays as well. So then you got that. So that's how it looks. Teddy's on the floor here. So, and then you can have one, if it's too long, have one on one side and one little bit there. And then from the back, that's this side. I don't know if you can see from the back. It's kind of, maybe it's a bit loose here. But the good thing is you can kind of tuck things in and make it better. So that's my general go-to. And then the beauty of this one for me is it's really comfortable, really easy, and you've got this extra layer of fabric around the ears. So that's really been nice in, you know, we've been having storms in England, so it's been really windy, and I've still got to take that boy for a walk. So this is held up pretty well. No clips needed, nothing, done. So that's that one that I've been doing quite a lot, and you can do that with so many different scarves, right? You've got all the, that's like a standard scarf. Let's try it with this one, actually. I haven't done it recently with this. So here's another one I've got. Now I'm going to try, because you can just play with it, right? So I'm going to try with having a bit longer on one side, and I'm going to fold that in like that, and then at the back I'm going to just bring that to that side, bring this to this side. Right, now what we got to do, let's have a look. Got enough space here, bought front, Now we've got long side on that side, so we might as well bring that over. We could twist it here. We could tuck it in like that. Now I've got quite a small face, so I don't like bringing up too much turban on my head. So that's why I like to stop it there. So let's have a look. And if you've got too much fabric, say here, there's a lot at the back, I could bring it across and around the bun and tuck it in. Or, and I've seen girls use safety pins as well with the fabric. If you want to make sure it's definitely tucked in and it's like not moving, then just use some safety pins. So again, that's that same bun on the back, turban wrap, one side loose down, and that's basically my go-to. I really like that one. So there's that one, and then there's combinations of using more than one scarf. So again, I'll bring this one out. I find this, you'll probably seen this on one of my videos. Let me see. I've folded this in half, pretty much, lengthways. Put it over my head. Do the same knot thing again. I'm knotting it under here. Now this is actually, look, my bun's through on that one. Maybe you want that, I don't know. And then I've got one of those, it's like a thin, just a really thin one, but I love the tassely bits, you know, they're really pretty. Again, it's similar to this one with all the detail. It's like a final sort of detail thing. So I really like that. So what I'd do is, I would probably do this not central, and just lay it over the top like this, and then, I mean, I find this all really fun as well once you embrace it. You could wrap it around the bun, or you know, you could do so much stuff, and then bring it across here and knot it here, and then tuck all this other one out of the way and just knot that, and then have, I have no idea what it looks like in the back. It's probably really bad because it's so rushed, but you know, you can have a variety of different, I'm going to open the window, curtains a bit more, bring a bit more light into the situation. So yeah, bring some hair. You can also do, like, sometimes I do little miniature plaits in my hair through the side, bring some bit more hair through. That's what I've noticed I like to do more. And then I have no idea what that one looks like. I mean, if your bun's out, is it covering? I mean, how far you want to go with it, I don't know. I tend to make sure I don't go onto the legalistic side of stuff. But I just, if it does please the Lord in any way, I'm going to do it. And also it's fun, and I really enjoy it. And James likes it too, so that's extra confirmation that it's something I should be doing, you know. Now this is one I got recently. I haven't even put this on my head yet. This is the joys of charity shops. Now instead of knotting it at the back, you could just keep twisting it. I've seen some people do it where they twist here. See that? I mean, that's too much of a thick scarf to do that with. But if you was to do, for example, with a thinner sort of fabric, let's see, we'll take this one. I'll go through at the back, and I'll just show you another thing. Seen some people take the fabric and then twist it. There, see that? And it creates this little bump, and then tucking it in. I quite like that style too. Or even taking that little twist we did in the fabric and doing it over here. And then maybe tucking that through and out the other side and allowing it to come out. And maybe just completely tucking that in here. And then you've got that. maybe bring it a little bit. I like it to go more near behind the ear, like that. So that's another one with a little twist. And it's loose at the back. I haven't really checked the back, but so you know, you can go have fun with it. The beauty about that donut thing is just it creates a nice shape. So I think I'm going to do my final one that I've been wearing today and just tighten this all up a bit with you, and then leave you with that and just play with it, just have some fun. I mean, to begin with, if you just want to go to church and wear a head covering, just literally just wear, and if you feel self-conscious that people are going to think you're like religious and you've got a religious spirit and that you are looking down at everyone else who doesn't cover their head, and you know, if you're worrying like I used to worry that people would judge me for being, they would think that I was being judgmental when I just want to please the Lord. I don't, you know, everyone is on their own walk with the Lord and they're convicted at different times to do different things, and you know, but I was worried that people would think I was like too religious and all that, but whatever. So I began with just wearing a scarf to church like this, and then when prayer would happen, just prayer, and then off again, and then I got more adventurous and I was like this, through the church service the whole way, you know, and then you just work your way up, and then it's fine. I actually found no one hating on me in my church at all for doing it. There are ladies that do it now, some ladies, not all of them, but some of them do. So yeah, hair bubble here, like that, trusty donut through the hair like that, and scrunchy, loads of loose hair, that's fine. And then this is the one I was wearing today, so I'll just show you what I began the video with. So half an hour, we've done alright. I don't know how many styles we've done, but we've gone through quite a few scarves there. Okay, so this one is like the, where is it? There's a mountain of fabric here. So it's like this, yes, it's square. And I've folded it over. I'm just showing you on the smaller version because it's quite a big bit of fabric. And because it's such a big square, I've actually folded this like that to put on my head that way, okay? So there we go, you can kind of see that. Yeah? So it's a big square, and then I put that back there and over the top of my head. Central this time for this one, and then again I'll make sure the tip at the back is up, and I'll bring that over onto that shoulder, bring this one over and onto that shoulder, and I'll have a breather. Then pull it tight and make sure everything's in the right place that I want it to be. Yeah, tight. Bring it across. Oh, it's attached, got a clip attached to it. Do not want that on there. And then for this one, how did I do this one? I think I just, yeah, this one I just brought over and I tied it up like this, but I didn't like the floppy bits, so obviously I'm going to tuck them in the, you know, there's like loads of fabric that you bring across, you just tuck it in, done. And then tuck that in. Where's the thing? There we go. Tuck that in there. So can you see how that looks? There's the twisty bit. Basically, tuck that in under there, and then you've got the point bit of the scarf here in the back. Can you see that? I mean, it's quite dark in here, isn't it? So I think if you lifted that up, you could see that there's a bun under there. It's not completely sealed off, but I mean, that just hangs over nicely. And I like that it creates this body back here and then drops down. So this is my new fave, because I got this scarf and this one real recently, and I just today learnt about how to do this. So yeah, it's just about not being afraid to try new things and just experiment and see what works for you. And I definitely prefer the turban, it's all on the head, done, finished thing. I mean, I think the fact that, you know, the whole, I really like having this going across and then the plait and then all of this here, and it's nice. But say you're like on the phone and you're juggling a puppy and you're like doing dishes and it's like this thing, or you're doing housework and you're scrubbing the bath and you've got this thing hanging around, you're just like, no, it's too much. So with this, it's just nice and tidy and out of the way. And my husband really likes this style too. Simple and yet effective. So hopefully it wasn't too dark, and hopefully I didn't like rush it too much. If you've got any questions, just ask in the comments below. But I mean, as Christians with head coverings, it's okay to be a little bit adventurous and creative, and, you know, embracing our artsy ways. So I'm definitely embracing that more and more these days. And the Lord's been showing me that I can pick up things that I came to him and I put everything down, style included, all of it, and I surrendered everything to the Lord. And slowly he's been saying you can pick these things up that you enjoy, that are creative, but you can use them in a way to glorify me now, and a way that is not tied to a spiritual idolatry that I used to have, involved with all the hippie style stuff, you know, like I got rid of all my turquoise jewellery, all my jewellery, and then recently my dad's got me another turquoise ring, and I just love it, and I don't accredit any spiritual value to this other than sentimental value, that it was my dad who got me it, and God made crystals. So I'm starting to pick up things that I put at the altar, and the Lord is showing me how I can pick them up in a new, refined way, which is honouring to him. So I hope that this style, some of these styles were good for you, and that you can try and have fun with them yourself. Until next time, God bless you all. Bye!